Well, heidi ho, ladies and gents, mostly gents. This is Caleb Jones, and this is Alpha Male 2.0, freedom focused lifestyle design for men. Magnesium, very important. Today, I'm going to talk about vitamins and supplements. I'm going to go through all the vitamins I take, all the supplements that I take, why I take them. I'm going to go through each item, and I have different protocols for different things, as you're about to find out. And to be honest, some of these vitamins I've been taking for so long, I have forgotten I've forgotten the reason I take them. But I know I take them for a good reason because everything I'm about to show you is the result of a lot of research I've done over the past many, many years. So first, let me go through, let's see, where should we start? I got a lot of shit going on here. Let's start with supplements first for lifting weights and exercising. The only actual supplement that I take is the one supplement that I know for a fact works, and that is creatine. So in terms of weightlifting, all that crap, there are so many supplements out there. There are so many things that theoretically may or may not work. The only one where the science is very, very obviously clear in terms of weightlifting and getting results there is creatine. That's it. Creatine. So what I do is I lift weights 3 times a week. I take pretty much what it says here, 1 gram. It's 1 scoop of creatine. I put it in a bottle of about 12 ounces of water. I drink. I also combine this with like 2 or 3 pinches of salt because you get better absorption with creatine into your muscles when you have a little bit of salt. So 3 pinches of salt plus a scoop of that, 12 ounces of water or so. I think it's actually 8 ounces of water. I forget. I have to look at the little bottle I use. And I drink half of that before I start lifting weights, and the other half I drink as I'm lifting weights or toward the end. And I do that 3 times a week. And so really, in terms of weightlifting, that's all I take. The only other supplement I would probably take would be BCAAs. There's a little more science involved in those than a lot of other supplements. But even those, the science isn't 100%. I just know this works because the science behind this is extreme for decades. I don't have to wonder about whether or not this is valid. I take this. So that's the only supplement I take in terms of actual weightlifting, fitness, things like that. Okay. Now going way the fuck over, as you can tell, I have a lot of vitamins. I take this very seriously. Way over here, these are the vitamins I take for if I have to boost my immune system. So if I feel like there's a flu coming on, or I feel a cold coming on, or I'm going to spend a lot of time in a plane, like, 15-hour flight or something like that, where I'm staying up late and I'm with a bunch of other people. This is irrelevant to COVID, by the way. I've been doing this for many, 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 many years, well before COVID. I will take a little packet of these. So the first thing I will take is garlic extract. 1,000 mg. I will take 3 of these. They're very small. That's why I have a whole bunch of these. Then I will also take Echinacea Golden Seal, not the normal Echinacea. I take the Golden Seal. This stuff is much better and much more likely to work. And I will take 4 capsules of those several times. When you take naturopathic stuff like this, it works, but you got to take a lot of it. You can't just take one of them and hope that it worked. You got to take 4 of these several times throughout the day. In addition to these, it's like a packet. Then I will take one of these. This is the only actual thing in this entire thing here that is not a vitamin, that is actually medicine. I don't know how do you pronounce that. Cimetidine. Okay, fine. This is for stomach problems, but this has been proven in many studies to boost your immune system. So I take they're very tiny. Just take one of those. And then I will also combine this packet with, vitamin C. A bunch of vitamin C. And I will take extra vitamin D, which I'll cover in a second. I'll take an extra 1 or 2 of those. So I'll combine those all in a packet. And what I do is I use these things. So you'll notice I've already used, 4 of these. There's these 3 I haven't used yet. Let me crack this open and I'll show you. That's everything I just talked about. So if I feel like I'm getting a cold, I will immediately come over here and down a whole thing of this, one of these entire packets right here. And I'll do that 3 times a day. And I will do that while I eat a little piece of cheese or a piece of fat. Most vitamins and supplements are fat soluble, which means you have to eat food that has fat in it while you take the vitamins. If I just took these raw, just with water without eating, I would not get nearly the absorption. So you've got to take some food with fat. What I usually do is just take a hunk of cheese. If I'm not hungry and it's not mealtime, but I've got to take some vitamins, I'll eat this with a hunk of cheese. That's all you need. You need some fat in your system. That's why they talk about vitamins being like what they call expensive urine. Well, that's why, because you're not taking any fat. You got to take your vitamins with fat. Very important. Okay. So put that back over there. Let's go now to my real daily vitamin regimen. And this is in a particular order. So what I use these. These are all full. I do this once a month. Actually, Pink Firefly does this for me. It's one of her little jobs. She will once a month go through and fill all these up. The dates on here are irrelevant. I eat the same thing every day, and I eat these with food. So every day, I will take one of these whole packets of vitamins, that whole thing. And I'll go through exactly what that is. And I'll just have her fill these up once a month, so I'm covered for the month. When I travel, by the way, how do you handle it when you travel, Caleb? Well, what I do, let's see if it's over here. These little bags. What the fuck is this thing here? Let's see, where is it? Well, I don't have it in front of me. I get these little baggies. So this is a bag of cocaine. No, I'm just kidding. I'll talk about this in a minute. These little Walgreens packets, I have a big bag full of these somewhere in here. I can't find it. And I will, if I'm gone for, let's say, a week, I will go through and I will fill up 7 of these. So I have 1 a day, and I'll just down these once a day while I'm eating, while I'm traveling, and that way I maintain consistent with my vitamin regimen. Very cool. All right, so put that shit over here. You got to stay organized. So let's start at the very beginning. First thing I take is chromium picolinate. That is a very strong antioxidant. It also works well with other antioxidants that you take. I will take 1 of these, 200 milligrams, what I take. Next one is vitamin E, very, very important. The dosage really isn't that important. I take 400 IU, but that's not super important. But that's, again, a very important antioxidant. If you don't know what antioxidants means, that's the stuff that helps you never get cancer. That's really, really, really good for you that we human beings don't get enough of, particularly in a typical Western diet. Next thing I take is garlicin. This is a garlic extract with a bunch of other stuff. I've just done I did some research on this a long time ago. I think Tim Ferriss recommends these and some other guys. This is different than this garlic over here. This is just pure garlic, and that's it. This is a garlic compound, a natural compound. Better absorption, things like that. So I take this every day, and I take these when I feel a cold coming on, in addition to taking this. So by the way, when I feel a cold coming on and I'm taking that stuff over there, I will still keep up with my normal regimen. I don't want to be deficient in vitamin C if I want my immune system to be boosted. Cool? All right. So that's the next thing I take. Next thing I take is zinc. Super, super important for your immune system. 50 mg is a lot. You probably only need about 1/3 of that. So what I often do, let me see if I can do this with one hand here. I will crack these in half, or pull these in half. I can see these can't really be cracked in half. So 50 is kind of overkill. Maybe 25 is all you need. 50 isn't too much either. Not a big deal. You don't need a lot of zinc, but you do need some of it. Very, very, very important. Put the fucking thing back on. This is fun to do one-handed. It's great. Next thing, super fucking critical, vitamin D. Vitamin D. Most human beings are vitamin D deficient. And when you boost your vitamin D, it is almost the equivalent of going on a miniature TRT. Matter of fact, if you get a vitamin D test, I promise you're going to be low. Very rarely is it not. So I take, what do I take here? So this is 5,000. Let's see. Yeah, 5,000 IU. I take 2 of these. I take 10,000 a day. You don't want to take more than 10,000 a day. There is some data on this that shows that may not be healthy, but it's very unlikely. You could take more. I definitely take more than 10,000 a day on the rare times when I feel like I have a cold coming on. So I'll add in 2 or 3 capsules and go to 25,000 a day, but that's not normal. My typical regimen is I take 10,000 a day with food. If you live in a place that has a lot more sun and you're outside a lot more often, maybe you don't need a full 10,000. I, at the moment of the recording of this video anyway, live in the Pacific Northwest, very cloudy. Plus, I don't spend a lot of time outside during a typical day. I go camping and stuff, but that's different. So vitamin D, super important. I take 2 of these. Super, super fucking critical. Take vitamin D. Fish oil, super, super, super important. 1,000 milligram. Sometimes they have 1,200 milligrams. Those are fine. Not only do I take this every day with food, I try to take this 2 or 3 times a day. There's been studies on this where if you take 3 capsules of 1,000 milligrams per day, you will actually reduce the odds of you getting cancer by something like 60% if you just take 3 of these a day with fat. Although this is partially fat, so theoretically, I guess you could take this by itself because fish oil is fat. Matter of fact, let me show you something really fast. Let me go over here. Hang on. Come back here. Let me show you this. So this is what I take in addition to my usual vitamin regimen. So I take this on my primary meal per day. I take this. Then, unless I'm having a fasting day, I will take 1 of these in addition. So if I crack open one of these, I'll actually pull this. Oh, shit. Holy fuck. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Okay, hang on a second. Do what you're told, vitamins. This is an omega-3. This is a vitamin C. And this white one right here is a it's a basically vitamin B12, I believe. But anyway, I'll cover that in a middle bit. So I take this in addition to taking these. I take this once an extra time per day, sometimes twice a day. Usually just once or sometimes zero, depends on the day. All right, let me put this fucking shit back in here. It's like playing a game in your fucking kindergarten or whatever. All right, put that back. Okay, moving on. Super important, fish oil. Next one. Magnesium, also again, one of the most important supplements you must take. Magnesium is critical for your bones. It's critical for your long-term health. It's critical for absorption of other vitamins. You've got to take magnesium. I think this is 200. Let's see what this is here. What is that? Yeah, 200 mg. I take one of these a day. These are big too. These are really important. If you're not taking magnesium, you're an idiot. Take magnesium. Next one, vitamin C. My God, so important. This is not only a powerful antioxidant, it's good for your immune system, it's good for anti-aging, it's good for, goddamn, all kinds of things. I take one of these per day, plus, again, one of those. So I'll take 1 to 3 of these per day, again, with food. Very, very important. Next thing I take, this is optional. This is DIM+. So this is, I take 2 of these a day. This is to manage your, it's right there, estrogen. To make sure that your estrogen is within the masculine ranges. So your estradiol score, if you get a blood test, should be within 20 and 30. That's using American measurements. If it's way off, you want to take this, again, every day with food, and that maintains a good range for your estrogen as a man. I am not sure if women should take this or not. I really don't know. But my channel is really for men, so I don't really care about women. I mean, I do care about women, but you know what I mean. So I take 2 of these in my daily packet. There's 2 of these in there. And I take these I'm going to take them the rest of my life. It's super good. It's a naturopathic compound. I mean, I don't know what that shit is. God knows. I can't even say it, but whatever. I take those. Next thing, beta carotene, which is basically vitamin A, good for your eyes. Again, a really good, strong antioxidant. Basically, E, C, and beta carotene are the core antioxidants. You don't need to take, the capsules are very tiny. This is probably, what is this here? Yeah, 7,500. Perfectly fine. You can go up to 25,000. Really doesn't matter. They're pretty small capsules. I don't think this is a good brand. I think this is a cheap, shitty brand. I should probably get a better brand than this. But anyway, you could talk about vitamin brands in a separate video. Whether or not it makes a huge difference, the jury's out on that. But anyway. Nicotinamide. So this is B3. So what is this? Why do I take this? This helps hair loss. So if you're a dude and you're losing your hair, you should start stocking up on this shit. It helps a little. It does not help a lot, but it helps a little. So I take 1 in my primary packet when I eat, and I take 1 more later in the day. So I take 2 dosages of this per day, 500 milligrams, right? So I take about 1,000 a day on most days. So this will help. Now, what else should I talk about here? Let's see. Oh, let's talk about this. This is really not a supplement. This is what I use on my fasting days. I will fast for 24 to 48 to 72 hours where I don't actually eat anything. That is a big topic for another video. I'm sure I'm going to get a bunch of people freaking out that I do that, but you have not done the research I have done. Please do not comment on the negatives of fasting unless you have done at least 100 hours of research into fasting, which I have. So what this is when I fast, I will combine this with 1.5 liters of my water, my reverse osmosis water. And what this is, it's a combination of 3 things. I'll go over here. It is pink salt, which is the best salt you can eat. It is no salt, which is basically potassium. And it is the high quality grade baking soda. And so it's a combination of these things, baking soda, potassium, and salt, and that way I don't lose electrolytes when I am fasting, so I don't feel like crap when I'm fasting. I have plenty of electrolytes, so I'm able to exercise and feel normal while I'm fasting, so that's why I do this. And I just have these preset packets, so I can just dump this into the water instead of having to figure out, this is the equivalent of, I don't have it in front of me here, I think this is 3/4 of a tablespoon of each one of those things, plus half a tablespoon of the pink salt, I believe. Not sure about that. Let's see, what else can we talk about here? I want to talk one more. Let me see here. Oh, let's go down here. So when I want to do a cleanse, when I want to cleanse, if I have been eating bad for a few days and I want to cleanse my body, this is what I will do. Ashwagandha, this is great stuff. I will take one of these capsules right before my workout. Okay, and I'll take this with my creatine water. Then and I don't do this every day, just when I feel like I want to cleanse. Then what I will do, this is the most craziest thing I take, Diamicaceous earth. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. And this is literally dirt. It's fucking dirt. And this is food grade, so it's healthy to eat, not healthy to eat, but you're able to eat it. And I will take a half a teaspoon of this mixed with water. This is amazing. This stuff will flush out all of the heavy metals in your system. Really, really good for doing a cleanse. I don't think this is a good idea to do this every day, but it's great to do it for a few days in a row. You can even do this for, I believe, up to a month in a row, and it just cleanses out your body. It's fantastic. I have a whole bag of this stuff. This will last me probably the rest of my life. But I don't do this often. This is just when I do a cleanse. So that's really it. That is my vitamin regimen. I get questions on this occasionally. Hey, Caleb, what vitamins do you take? And blah, 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 blue. And over time, I will deduct some and add some. I'm sure as I get older, I will add new supplements for anti-aging and things like that. I'm sure also there are other things I can take. Oh, one more thing. So one of the things I do is, I already showed you this in a prior video when I do my testosterone shots. One of my shots is vitamin B. It's a vitamin B complex. That's why you don't see vitamin B here. I take that via a syringe instead of a pill, because when you take it via syringe, you get 100% absorption instead of a 30 or 40% absorption, with the exception of this. This is extra vitamin B for hair loss that helps a little bit. All right. Cool. Very cool. That does it for this video. I will talk to you very soon. Bye.